Everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm Cynthia Bell, and I'm inviting you to come on in tonight. Come on in to my podcast, Cynthia Bell Podcast. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something that's affecting a whole lot of people, a whole lot of families. Tonight, we're going to be talking about dementia, memory loss, illnesses, dealing with our family members, our friends, our loved ones. And this is a topic that I believe that's going to just give us a whole wealth of information. And I wanted to bring this topic to the podcast because oftentimes, we have so much going on with the media. We hear about, celebrities, a reference to having dementia, memory loss, and different illnesses that's going on. But when it hit home personally, it makes a whole lot of difference. So right now, tonight, I'm coming to you live. Tag someone. If you have a testimony, if you have information that's going to help support caregivers in reference to dealing with family members who have dementia, memory loss, illnesses. Tonight, we want you to come in and just chime right in and talk about it. We don't talk about it every day, but this is something that's affecting our families. I know that there's so much going on in the world right now. We got a war going on. We got so much going on. But when things happen to us personally in our home, in our families, needs immediate attention, then it's time to say, you know what, time out. Let's deal with what's at home. So tonight, tag someone. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Tag someone. Let's talk about it. Let's just get down and just talk about things that we can do can help one another. Reference to being that caregiver, and I'm talking tonight in first person because I'm dealing with a situation with my mom right now, and I never imagined 100 years that I would be here dealing with this situation. Memory loss is something that's affected so many people. Right now, there's more than 55 million people 55 million people who dealing with some type of dementia, some type of memory loss, some type of illness. It's time out. We got to talk about it. So there are some things that I learned dealing with the situation with my own mother, how important it is to have a power of attorney. A lot of people have a misconception about power of attorney. What it does is it helps people, it helps that person who can't really make uh, uh, decisions about their welfare. And that's when a person is designated to come in and make those sound decisions about that person. Um, um, a living will. It's important that we have those things. But tonight, we will never get through this topic tonight just with one session. So I'm looking to have a part one, a part two, a part three, however many parts it takes for us to get to this point, in reference to talking about this situation. Now, if you look on my screen here, there's some things scrolling right now, a reference to dementia. There's so many things. Let people in. Okay, if you wanted to if you wanted to come in, come on. I'm asking you to come. Let people in. It says tour waiting. Okay, all right. Invite someone. Okay, let's see how many people. We got some people that want to come in. Okay, we're going to invite some to come on in. Come on in. We invite you to come on in. So, dementia, memory loss, illnesses. Let's talk family. We family here. Let's talk about it. What are some things that we can do? What are some things that we can say? What are some things that we cannot say that put more fire, put more wood on the fire? Let's talk about it. I know that some people are trying to get in, and I'm not quite sure why they're not able to get in right now. But we're in Facebook. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. So dementia. Let's see, what is dementia. Dementia is an illness Hold on for a moment here. I'm having some technical difficulties here. It says here that currently more than 55 million people have dementia worldwide, over 60% of whom live in low and middle income countries. Every year, there are nearly 10 million new cases. Every year, there's 10 million new cases. Dementia results from various diseases and injuries that affect the brain. There's so much going on right now scientifically as to why it affects certain groups of people as opposed to other people, how it affects different people with different diseases. So there's a lot of scientific information going on about that right now. So, but right now, I just want to. Oh, hold on for a moment. Let's see here. We're on Life Term Podcast with Cynthia Bell, Cynthia Wellness, so you can chime in at any time. Um, when caring for a dementia patient, a person, family member, it's very important to know the different types of dementia. There's different types. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form, according to the Alzheimer's Association. So, because there's such a variety of different uh, grades of dementia, memory loss, that you have to go to a doctor to try to pinpoint which stage that person is in. The number could increase to 13 million by the year of 2016. 13.8 million people by 2060. If no medical breakthrough are made, like many forms of dementia, this condition is typically associated with the buildup of specific proteins in the brain and loss of connection among nerve cells. Now, what does that mean, Cynthia? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist, but I do know that I'm dealing with it right now with my mom. So, what I would have to say tonight is part one of this session is that learning how to cope, learning how to deal with that particular family member, learning how to take care of yourself. Oftentimes, we hear about situations where the caregiver breaks down more so than the family member of the patient. What are some coping skills that we can learn? What can we do collectively as a support group to help that particular person out, a family out, in reference to getting through this situation? Because I tell you right now, I had no idea what this was about. I read about it. I've been in healthcare 45 years in the corporate arena, not having to deal with this situation, a situation like this. But here I am in 2023, and I'm dealing with that situation. If you wanted to come in and comment, I advise you to do that. And I'm trying to see how, why I'm not able to get, let's see here, why people are not able to get in. Um, let's see here. Uh, why are they're not coming in here? Okay. All right. So now we I said earlier that 55 million people are dealing with dementia right now. They're in. You got to know how to read that chat. Okay. Let's see. Who's in? Okay. Let me see. I got some people that's coming in right now. Let's see here. Let me just get these people in here. Hold on, please. Just a moment. Oh. Let's see. Bear with me just a moment here. Okay, I'm not able to see who's in the chat. What you can do is type in your questions to me, and we can answer them accordingly. Just type in your question. Okay, let's see here. One moment. Just bear with me just a moment. Are you able to see who's online? Okay, I'm trying to see who's trying to get in. Don't worry about that. Who do you see now? Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see who we have here trying to get in. Um, okay, look. Well, I'm not sure what's happening with with my screaming situation right now, but just to let you know that tonight is part one, and I would assure you that as we go on with the different sessions, that we're going to try and get some professional people to come in and talk about dementia, memory loss, and just dealing with other illnesses as a whole. But I wanted to just brainstorm a little bit. This is an introduction, more or less, in reference to dealing with this situation, and some things I've learned dealing with my own parent in reference to dementia, memory loss, is that don't argue with them. Allow them some independence. I know a lot of seniors, they want to hold on to independence. Hell, I want to hold on to my independence. I'm a senior. Making a safe home, making it safe for them. There's some things that we can do to help out that particular family member, that loved one, that friend, in reference to who's dealing with dementia, memory loss, or illnesses. Is that setting up a routine, doing things the same time, a routine. If you know that you're going to have dinner a certain time, you're going to take a walk a certain time, be consistent, set up a routine. Making mealtime easier. I had to learn that through trial and error, and because right now dealing with this, they're off kill. So there's some things that we need to do collectively as a loved one and as a family member. Right now, my mom is dealing with sundowning, and I had to do some research about sundowning in reference to dementia. And I didn't like what I read, but I'm a big girl, so I had to just take it in and move forward. There's a lot go on with sundowning. There's some steps I'm learning to take that I didn't know I had to take before. One of the things I learned, music is soothing to the soul. Um, but in all fairness, at all everything, we have, as caregivers, we have to take care of ourselves, because there was a time when I broke because I didn't know what what was in store for me, and I broke. And I'm learning how to take care of Cynthia. It's not an easy task. And if you're in that situation, you're dealing with a family member, and I would advise you to seek professional help. Reach out, but in all sincerity, take care of homework first. Get that power of attorney in the event that they are not able to make decisions on their own. Get that living will. An individual has a right to life here, and they have a right to life after being here. And it's up to us to make sure that that happens by having that power of attorney, having that living will, to make sure that things go as it should be. One of the hardest things I had to learn dealing with a family member with dementia, memory loss, is getting my feelings hurt, because some things some things that were being said to me, and I was like, well, why is my loved one saying these things to me? And I started to feel a certain way, but I had to realize that there's some things that I have to do, and that is not take it personally, because hurting people hurt others. And I've said that sometime last year when starting the podcast, this last year, hurting people really do hurt others, and for whatever reason, that what they're feeling inside, they're taking it out on other people. And that's not easy. It really isn't easy. But here we are in 2023, and we've got to deal with it. We've got to deal with it. There's so many obstacles, there's so many valleys that we have to cross, dealing with a loved one who's dealing with dementia, memory loss. you know we have to make sure that they feel important. We have to make sure that they feel like they're worthy, because oftentimes they don't feel that way. They know something is happening with them, and for whatever reason, they can't really put their finger on it, even though they've been diagnosed. They can't put their finger on it, but they know something is not right. But I'm here to tell you tonight that um, this is a awakening a time for us. And oftentimes in our culture, when I say our culture, I mean the black culture. We don't talk about a lot of stuff. We really don't. We cover it up, and we say, okay, it's going to get better. We pray about it, but prayer without action, they have to go together. Faith without works, you have to do something. And what I've learned is that I pray to God, but I also have to have action as well, and that is being proactive, doing the things that I need to do. In our culture, a lot of times when our family member has an illness, a dementia, memory loss, it's taboo to say, you know what, maybe uh, you know, I can't provide the care that they need right now. Where can they go to get the care that they need? Sometimes it's a facility. Sometimes it's better a facility because you've got trained people. You've got professional people who know how to deal with certain situations. And I'm gonna tell you right now, even though I've been in healthcare a long time, I was never trained for this. I was never trained for this. So, uh, uh, going to getting the help, professional help that a family member needs, is not taboo. What it is being proactive. Because if I don't know how to change, if I don't know how to take care of a wound, and I'm trying to take care of a wound, and I'm causing more trouble on how to take care of that wound, that's a problem. So therefore, I would have to be trained or let a trained person do that. It's the same thing with dementia and memory loss or any other illness that our family members or loved ones have. So tonight, again, this is an introduction to what we're going to be talking about. And I'm a firm believer. I always like to speak in the first person because I know about me. I had no idea. And dementia and memory loss, it affects the African community differently. Why? They're telling us it's a Pacific gene. Again, scientific information is being done, research is being done. But what I'm saying tonight is that please, if you don't tune into tonight, tune into the next session in reference to how do we help our family members? How do we take care of ourselves? How do we not break down? How do we stand straight up and face what we need to face? It's a lot. It really is a lot. I tell you right now, it is a lot. Okay. Oh boy. But tonight, again, I just wanted to, just come and just share a little bit about what I've been dealing with and what some others may be dealing with, and caring for a family member that has dementia. It's not easy. Don't let anybody fool you. Not only dementia, memory loss, illness. It's not easy. Dementia, oh my goodness, it's a neurological condition that affects the brain. And it worsens over time. It worsens over time. And changes in the brains can cause nerve cells to stop working properly and eventually die. As a result, patients lose the ability to remember and think at levels required for daily life. Daily life, remember how to go to the bathroom. Remember how to eat, how to swallow. Remembering how to talk. Okay? I was reading something where it says Bruce Willis, who I used to love him in shows and movies. He's now nonverbal, which means he doesn't talk. So this is a serious thing. It's a serious thing. And research is, they've linked it to so many things, but they're still in the process of doing research that they don't know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that as a family member, we have to stay on point. And I'm talking to myself. We have to stay on point and realize It's not their fault. But we have a responsibility to afford them the right to have understanding, compassion. And I'm telling you what I'm learning. Because, I always remember my mom is a strong woman, feisty, tell you what time it is and don't think nothing about it. But then seeing a different side, where she's become frail and not remembering things, and then going in and out of situations, and talking about certain things, and then all of a sudden the reaction become agitated and combative. And I'm like, well, where is this coming from? So again, tonight is an introduction to learning coping skills with family members dealing with dementia, memory loss, and any other illness there is. There's cancer affecting our families. There's all kinds of diseases affecting our families. And we sometimes we have to no, all times we have to stay focused. And it's easy to get off focus. It's easy to get off kill because we're human beings. When you see our loved one, we feel in a certain way. We feel that we're not really helping. We're not doing enough. But it's the little things that we can do to help them to help them feel a part of, a part of. So if you know of anyone who may be dealing with this situation, I'm asking that you um, let them know that we will be doing this podcast again. Okay, we were doing this podcast again, and I want to get as many people to chime in. I'm having some technical difficulties tonight. I have not done my podcast in quite some time because I've been caring for my mom, and I've been out of the loop for a few months, about 4 months to be exact. I lost my brother, my baby brother. I relocated my mom here with me, so a lot's been going on. Um, uh, with me. So I'm getting back into the kill of doing the podcast. So I'm a little rusty right now, but I wanted to jump out here tonight and just to say that we all have responsibility to our family members. We do. Even sometimes when we don't even like them, but we know we love them because God says that we should love them. Sometimes that task is hard. Most time that task is hard. And I'm talking in the first person again. So I invite you to come out on the next podcast. And I'm hoping that I'll have better, won't have so much technical difficulties, reference to having people come in and who want to comment. I'm not sure why that's not happening tonight. But, you know, moving forward, this too shall pass. So again, um, caring for a dementia patient, a person, family member, illness, it's not easy, but we can do this. We can do this with prayer. We can do this with action, and we can do this as having a support group. A support group it's always one or more is always better. Always better. And the Bible talks about it all the time. One or two or more on one accord. Things can happen. Things can happen. So I just wanted to drop by tonight and just tell you a little bit about talk about dementia, memory loss, and illness. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I want to assure you that we all have a part to play in this situation. It's never easy caring for a family member who we saw as strong, a valuable person, great value, strength, pause, all of that. Then an illness come along and somehow it tears that person down. Then it also tears down the family as well. So again, This is a short podcast. This is just an introduction. So I'm hoping that you tune in next time to talk about some situations that you're encountering, that we can build a support group moving forward as a family to help each other out in reference to this task. And what's really, as I was doing my research, most people over the age of 65, African American, we it affects us. It affects us differently, and it's been noted that it's a lifestyle. Some say it's the foods that we eat. Some say it's economic. But then you look at people like Bruce Willis, what economic situation he's in. So that can't be all true. But we have to stay focused. And we have to read about what's going on with our family members. Be abreast as to what is happening with them. Medications, mm, that's a different story. But again, thank you for uh, chiming in. And I'm hoping next time when we get together that I'm doing this podcast, that I won't have technical difficulties, that you'll be able to chime in. You'll be able to chime in and give your input in reference to what you're thinking, and how you can help the situation, how you can help yourself, a family member, and anyone else who may be dealing with this situation. So, my name is Cynthia Bell, and I'm coming to you live. And again, this is an introduction. I hope to talk to you soon, and let's do a support group to help one another. Because you know what? Two heads are better than one. Three heads are better than two. Four heads is better than three. If we all put our heads together and come up with a solution, how we can support one another, I think that would be ideal, and I think that would be great. So I'm going to sign off tonight. Again, this is introduction. So next time we meet, please tell someone. We want to listen to everybody. So thank you for sharing, allow me to share, being transparent with you, and I hope to talk to you soon. Okay, have a good evening. Bye bye.